We start our recap today with Hamilton against Marr, and it was Owen McLeish who opened up the scoring for the home side with a well-taken penalty, aided by the strong wind. Despite being at the wrong end of the National 1 table, Hamilton love to run the ball and are certainly one of the more entertaining sides in the division. This move from their own 22, though, stopped by Gregor Paxton. With just 15 minutes on the clock, Marr were down to 14 men with Dan Law ordered off for foul play. So it was going to be particularly tough for the men from Fullerton, who brought with them a large support. Good to see head coach Craig Redpath back watching his team again after an operation. Colin Sturgeon equalised on 25 minutes with a penalty goal after Josh White was yellow carded, and 3 minutes later, the first try of the match. Connor Bickerstaff always makes yards in a Marr jersey, and this break led to hooker Ollie Rossi going over by the posts to put the league leaders in front. Sturgeon's conversion made it 10-3, and it looked like that would be extended when Liam McLaughlin found space out wide and dashed down the touchline, but excellent covering from Ben Plant snuffed out the danger with this tackle. Just before the break, Ewan Bulger made ground, linking up to Gregor Paxton. He gave the scoring pass to McLaughlin, who dived over for Marr's second try, which set them up nicely to play the second period with wind advantage. Connor Bickerstaff kicked off the second period, Josh White collected, and the big second row showed his skills with a neat dummy. As usual, Hamilton were happy to run the ball, but when it reached Gregor Brodie, he was put under pressure by Marr's captain, and despite Mark Wallace's attention and Ben Plant, it was try time again, and that set up Marr for a Bickerstaff onslaught. Brother Scott Bickerstaff getting on the scoreboard next following a good break by Sturgeon. He's thrown better passes than this, but the bounce was kind and the Marr winger coasted in at the corner, pushing the score up to 27-3. Connor was back in action minutes later, powering past Frenchman Tom Dissel to ensure Marr would be taking all 5 points back to Troon. He certainly enjoyed that one, and Colin Sturgeon would have enjoyed this kick to convert the try and open up a 31-point margin. Full credit to Hamilton, who pushed for tries in the last quarter and dominated territory in possession. Wave after wave of attacks, though, came to nothing, with a mixture of handling errors and very good Marr defence. With results elsewhere going against Hamilton, they now find themselves in a real battle at the basement. They've got just one match to play. It's a very tricky one too at Braidholme against third place GHA. That's next Saturday. They'll then have to sit it out until April the 20th to find out if they're to be relegated from Division 1. 2 from Hamilton, Kircaldy, Cartha Queen's Park and Dundee will drop down a division, but one thing's for sure, Marr will be playing Premiership Rugby next season, whether they win the National 1 title or not, with confirmation on Friday night that the Premiership will consist of the 4 sides from this year's Tennent's Premiership who won't be involved in the Super 6, plus the clubs who finish in the top 6 in National 1 at the end of the season. Marr's win at Hamilton means they still top the table, but on Saturday Jedforest kept the pressure on them by posting a bonus point win against Kircaldy. And they did it in style, with all 3 young brothers scoring a brace of tries in the same match. But that came after Rory Marshall opened up the scoring for Jed. Lewis Young then added the second for the home side, finishing off a very good phase involving Robbie Urston and Gregor Young. A Lewis Young break then set up the third try, with Monty Mitchell continuing the move and then Callum Young going over to stretch the Royal Blues lead. Just after half-time, the bonus point was wrapped up with Gregor Young returning from injury, getting his first try of the match. Kircaldy have their own battle to stay in National 1 and were fighting for points themselves. Timmy Kennedy opened up their account with this effort. But back came Jed for a 5th try, opening up Kircaldy's defence and Lewis handing the glory to Gregor. Another Kircaldy try by Jack Denton was followed by a second touchdown for Callum Young, before a Timmy Kennedy interception gave Kircaldy a 3rd score as they sniffed a valuable bonus point. And minutes later, they achieved what they came for, Alexander Brooke diving over for what could prove to be a crucial score for them at the end of the season. But a try from Clark Skeldon brought the 40 points up for Jedforest, with Lewis Young completing his brace at the end to make it a fantastic day for the young ones and for Jedforest as a club, as they ran out comfortable winners by 48 points to 24.